The Queen Mary in Long Beach, which is like one of the most haunted ships, like New York Times, like top 10 most haunted places in the world. The Queen Mary in Long Beach, one room, B340, that hadn't been open for 30 years, and allegedly they closed it down because there's multiple unexplained murders and or suicides in that room. We went in there trying to make something, or like trying to get something. 4 o'clock in the morning at this time. We've been trying for hours of just sitting in circles, like asking what was happening, and so we're like, fine, I guess. Let's do this. Let's just like leave. Like it's nothing was happening. The cameras start packing up. We start walking towards the door, and as soon as we turn, actually we're about to like get out of the room, the faucet turns on like full blast for 4 seconds and then turns back off. How is that actually possible at all? Maybe that's a sign of like it doesn't want to be filmed and it doesn't want us to leave. So maybe let's just not film this and try one more in the dark together. And we start calling out questions, and we're like, okay, like is there anybody here? And we hear a knock. Sit in the dark together, and so we're like, okay, maybe that's something.
Very faint though. It was like a tap.
Like a tap. And so we're like, okay, let's just run with that. Can you tap more than once? And there was like 3 taps. We're like, okay, this is really weird. Like, can we start asking questions?
And how loud are you saying?
And so we're like, okay, maybe that's something.
Very faint though. It was
so
like
what we did is we decided, let's ask questions using these taps. So we said, tap once for yes, tap anything more than once for no. We had a yes or no conversation for 35 minutes with something that we cannot explain. Now, like we would ask questions in different manners, like, okay, is there more than one of you? Yes. And then we'd say, are you alone? And it would say no. Back and forth trying to get this thing, and the story kept straight the entire time. And we were like, okay, come on, that could be someone like screwing with us. This is like on, the news of being like haunted place.
Yeah.
Like what's going on?
Well, what was crazy about it too is all the knocks, they weren't just coming from one section. That would make sense if like maybe something outside was like tapping. These knocks would be like below us and then above us to our sides. Some would be louder than other ones. We went out to the hallway a couple times and we realized that we were like the last room besides like this like utility room to our left. And obviously we had like basically that whole like floor to ourselves as well, since it was super late.
Fast forward to the very end, we were like, okay, we've had a bunch of conversations. At this point, we really believe if this is truly something, I want to know something about something deeper than just yes or no questions or just like something silly of like how many people are here. So I decided, let's ask about religion. And I ask out, is there a heaven? And it knocks 3 times, meaning no. And at that point, our 2 religious friends that were there like immediately jumped up and said, we have to leave right now.
We had no idea
We're
why.
like, why? What's going on? Like, I'll tell you in the car, like, dude, like, just don't look back. Let's go. Let's leave. And so we walked out. We left. We got all the way to the car without anyone saying anything. And as soon as we got in the car, we're like, what's going on? Like, why do we have to leave? He's like, well, in the Christian religion, anything like demonic or evil is supposed to, like, basically disprove that there is a heaven in order, And so what they were saying is like, we don't think this is some like spirit or something paranormal there. We think it was something that was trying to lead you away from heaven or Christianity.
Demonic territory type thing.
Fast forward to the very end, we were like, okay, we've had a bunch of conversations. At this point, we really believe if this is truly something, I want to know something about something deeper than just yes or no questions or just like something silly of like how many people are here. So I decided,